Hello, Sagittarians. This is Barb at Mystic Door Tarot, and welcome to my channel. This is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for April 4th through the 10th, and I hope everyone is doing well and sending you blessings for the week ahead. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe and help support my channel. Always a reminder here, Sagittarius, these are general readings, not one-on-one readings. Some information may not resonate with you. So let's get into your reading. First card, the Six of Cups. Next, Major Arcana card, the Hermit. And Major Arcana card, the High Priestess. Beautiful. And the Seven of Cups. First message that I'm getting, Sagittarius, is to remain calm in uncertain situations. I'm picking up you could be traveling. You could be on public transportation, but even if you're just traveling in your own car, you could be coming across someone or something today kind of maybe piques your interest, but you need to be careful of this situation or this individual, as there's an element of intrigue, but potential danger or things going south very quickly is the best way I can explain this energy that I'm picking up. So be careful, be aware of your surroundings this week. Now, first card you have here is the Six of Cups. Certainly can be referencing that somebody from your past might be resurfacing. That might be who could possibly be like following you, stalking you, is what I'm picking up for some of you, unfortunately. And this doesn't have to be in a physical sense. This could be through social media. So that's kind of the first message I'm getting with the Six of Cups. But for most Sagittarians, Six of Cups is representing your generosity this week, doing random acts of kindness for people around you. You're just really tuned in with the community. You're people watching this week. That's what I'm picking up. And that's what brings you to the curiosity that you're going to have with either a certain situation that comes up or a certain individual. And you know what curiosity did to the cat. So that's where I'm just getting this red flag warning in regards to maybe a certain situation or individual that's going to come across your path this week. But the Six of Cups is being aware of the people that are in need. So I see some like Sagittarians possibly like holding the door open for people, just random acts of kindness. And one that comes to mind is where, like when you're in a drive-through, getting some food, you're in a drive-through and the person not only pays for their own order, but they're now paying for the person behind them. And I think that's gone viral on some videos. And then that person pays for the person behind them and so on. So it's that kind of energy this week where you're just feeling very generous, very happy, just happy-go-lucky, and really, really people watching is what I'm picking up from this energy with the Six of Cups. So let's pull a clarifying card for the Six of Cups and see what else surfaces. Oh, wow. 10 of Cups. Okay, wow. That's just gonna bring in great joy, happiness to your week ahead. You're kind of like taking a moment, kind of stopping and smelling the roses, you might say, appreciating nature, being outdoors. Maybe where you live, the weather's starting to warm up. So the reading this week really kicking off with a very nice energy with the Six of Cups here. Next, wow, I am just looking at your two cards here, the Hermit, the High Priestess. He is shining the light And it almost looks like the high priestess is soaking up that energy. Just a huge, huge message this week, Sagittarius. Listen to your intuition. And this is in regards to the environment around you. You're already people watching, so there's a reason for that. I feel the Hermit is an indication to tap into your inner guiding self. If you have questions this week, if you're pondering something this week, you're not going to find the answers with an external source. It's going to be within you, Sagittarius. But here, wow, the Hermit is shining the light on the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is all about your instincts, your intuition, and there's no ceiling here for the High Priestess. So there's a potential here for anything could happen. And that's why there's something or a situation or something that's going to come up this week where you really, you don't want to be caught off guard. So you need to really be aware of your environment and trust your instincts. If it's starting to get uncomfortable, you're feeling uncomfortable, that's a time to get out. Have you ever walked through a neighborhood and then you turn the corner and you immediately know, I don't belong here? It's that kind of energy. That's what I'm picking up this week. So you might be traveling somewhere and you might even get lost, and all of a sudden you find yourself in a neighborhood that you need to quickly find your way out of. So with these two major arcana cards, there could be some drastic change coming in, maybe experiencing something completely different than you have before. And the Hermit card, of course, is one of review. I would be careful, maybe this week, where you choose to meditate, especially out in public, if that's something that you do, Sagittarius. You need to have a strong focus on what's going around, like 360 degrees, in regards to your proximity, so to speak. But the Hermit card showing up, kind of really putting that lantern, shining the light strongest. The message this week here, trust your intuition. It's going to give you the answers. It's going to give you the guidance, the direction that you're looking for. And this can be in regards to anything that's going on in your life right now, Sagittarius. Could be in regards to relationships, where you live, where you work, any of those things. The answers will be found within. And look what's on the ground here. Yeah. Getting a huge spirit bumps, huge indication to be aware of what's around you and who's around you. So let's pull a clarifying card for the Hermit and see what comes out. Wow. 3 of Swords. Wow. Well, keep in mind, 3 of Swords is a minor arcana card. So it's something that might happen in like the blink of an eye. And that's why you need to be aware. Be aware of your personal possessions, where you're at, where you're traveling, the neighborhood, places. Just be aware. Otherwise, you are going to feel some kind of loss or regret with this 3 of Swords card if you're not taking the advice of the Hermit card here. Keep that lantern, your attention, seeing clearly all around you, Sagittarius. Now next, High Priestess, just a very strong indication of trusting your gut this week. Most people recognize that expression, trust your gut. What's your gut telling you? If it's telling you, I'm in a bad area, I need to get out, that's precisely what you need to do. Now, the High Priestess on this card, it shows like water. So a strong indication, trust what you're feeling. Water is feelings, emotions. And then with the moon here, directly in the middle between the columns here, the moon's an indication to trust your instincts. But also, there could be something that you're unaware of, something that's working behind the scenes that you're not seeing. So your reading has turned into a very strong indication of being aware of what's going around you this week, Sagittarius. Specifically, what I'm picking up when you're out in public. But it can refer to some Sagittarians being aware of what's going on around you in your work environment, maybe in the family, your community. High Priestess is just being pulled towards the Hermit's lamp. That's giving way, trusting what your instincts are telling you this week, Sagittarius. So let's pull a clarifying card, see if we get any additional information for the High Priestess. Okay. We have the Four of Pentacles. Actually, could be in regards to money. So this could be like one of two things. This could be when you're out and about. This could represent somebody taking your possessions, like your wallet, your purse, something of that nature. And you need to be aware of your surroundings. It could also be in regards to like your job, your work environment. So it's challenging is the best way I can put it. Your security, your stability right now. Now, the last card here is your overall energy for the week ahead. It can be an outcome card. You received the Seven of Cups, and I think it's a warning, kind of for the week ahead. So it kind of falls into the overall energy category for you, where it's like a warning to not be in this dreamlike state. Be aware of what's around you. Keep your wits about you. Seven of Cups here is an energy when you're just scattered thoughts. You're kind of like daydreaming. Not a bad thing, but with the cards and messages that you're getting with your reading this week, it's an indication to focus on the one thing that's kind of like right in front of you, where you're at the moment. Whether it be traveling or establishments you go into, be aware of the people and like the situation around you. I really can't express that enough with the energy that's just coming off of your cards. Oracle message for the week ahead. Wow. Stranger. Curiosity. That's where I was picking up that phrase, curiosity killed the cat. So message primarily being expressed by this card is you're challenged by your own inexperience. So you're kind of being forewarned in this reading, and you don't want to be a victim of having to learn lessons the hard way. Now, on the other hand, the Stranger card shows up when you're moving into like exploring all the possibilities made available to you. It's kind of like leaving your expectations behind, because that is struck like such a strong intent, Sagittarius, that if you're putting, like if you're expecting the worst, if you're putting that intention out, that's exactly what comes back to you. So this is like leaving any kind of expectations behind. Could be in regards to how you want to move forward with your life, maybe where you want to live, what you want to do for a living, who you want to be with. Kind of let go of all your expectations. They might be high expectations. Just kind of experience new things, new places, new places to go, new people that you're going to meet. That could be why your reading is so strongly in regards to your surroundings. You still have to be aware of unfortunate, low vibration energy that might be around you. But it's an indication here to really leave room this week for other points of view. This is a really defining moment. And it's attributed to like a diamond with many facets, not just one. So another thing that's popping up immediately, there is good and bad in the world. You have to take note of it all. Your crystal for the week ahead. Calcite. a good crystal to have with you, as it's going to balance all your chakras, keep you calm, tranquil, in alignment. And that was the first message that came through about being in an uncertain situation, to like stay calm, keep your wits about you. So calcite's a good crystal to have for the week ahead. It's also going to make you have a stronger connection with spirit and your intuition. And so in a moment's notice, you're going to feel like if things aren't right. So be sure you do have the calcite crystal with you. Comes in different colors, but the colors are kind of geared more towards each specific chakra color. And the clear calcite handles everything. Now, for your fortune for the week, I have chose to use the maybe Lenormand fortune deck. So let's take a look at your cards, and I am going to bring them in a bit closer. Excuse me. First card, Anchor. Maybe it refers to goals. This is actually a card of hope. It's an energy of what keeps you stable on a day-to-day basis. Next, High Tower, Institution. Represents like modern day replacement for like the Great Pyramid, something that will last beyond a lifetime. So this represents anything that's larger than any one person. So this is in regards to maybe your studies, like the university you're at. Could be companies, businesses who you're working for. It could be institutions, banks. It also represents tradition. And your last card here. Train, traveling. It's a symbol of commerce, like import, export, coming and going. And this, I'm really picking up the people watching energy. And with this, now this can be traveling in your car. But here, it's the train that's being out in public. So if it resonates with you, if you're on an elevated or subway train, or maybe possibly on vacation using a train to get from here to there, that's where you need to be aware of like the stranger energy. So your fortune here primarily is indicating here your anchor, which is like your safety, you're anchored down, you're grounded, security. That could come in, come into question. It can certainly be when you're traveling, as the train's indicating, especially so if you're like on a subway, or let's say a subway in New York, or like an elevated train, the Loop in Chicago. Maybe while you're traveling on vacation, be aware of your possessions, your environment that you're in, the people around you. And certainly with the High Tower, I'm picking up, this might have more to do with, could be a place, could be indicating the place that you might be traveling to, vacationing around. But the High Tower card, if we're talking about a person, this can represent someone that's very tall around you, someone that's like very well off, you might say. It might fool you. Appearances might fool you, Sagittarius. They might look wealthy. There's a feeling here of somebody that's very sure of themselves. So kind of a warning here with your fortune. It's really strong throughout your entire reading here. Let me pull back. Really strong with your reading here. But your fortune here is primarily alerting you to be careful in your travels this week. Listen to your gut, your intuition. And if you start feeling uncomfortable, leave that place, that area, the people around you immediately. But for the week ahead, Sagittarius, I see you being very generous, very kind to individuals. Someone might be coming up and taking advantage of that. So there's an energy here this week where you're going to be exposed to a lot of happiness and good, but then we always have that balance of good and bad. So there could be somebody in particular out there that you come across this week, or a situation that you just need to trust in your instincts and to be aware of. Well, there you have it, Sagittarius. That was your messages and guidance from Spirit, from the cards that you did receive this week. I hope you do have a wonderful week ahead, and thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to subscribe and help support my channel. And for a private tarot card reading one-on-one, the links are listed below to my website. Love and abundance to my Sagittarius family.